The word secret society came into conversation I had actually on the telephone to a Swedish TV show. I was in London, but I was on my mobile phone calling into this TV show where Robert Plant was a guest. And I've met him a couple of times before. He's a big influence on me and talented man. And he said something like, it's great. Musicians have to keep going and stick together like a secret bond or something like that. And it was during that conversation someone said secret society, and we were referring to musicians and bands. You can't really stop. You just have to go out there and play, and we feel like we are a working band like that. Always the Pretenders was always one of my favorites of the demos we had. It's a very energetic. It's a special track. It's a cool track. The first idea just came from a phone call I received on the morning of 9/11, and it's basically referring to the innocence that was lost that day. Maybe the last innocence, really, because the person I spoke to on the phone thought it was an accident. That's what this album is about, Secret Society, about the search for faith in your friends, in your family, in your loved ones. And it's a lot of questions about that. Yeah, when we grew up, we used to listen to a lot of British rock bands, and we used to love the covers on those albums. And Storm worked back then for another company, and they did all these covers for Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. So a few years ago, John Levin, the bass player in Europe, started to hassle me a lot about why don't you check out Storm? He's got his own thing going on there now. And I ended up talking to the other guys and said, let's try it. And then we gave them a call. I think the management, Petri, our manager, called him up, and he was very interested in doing it. So we sent him some demos. He listened to our music, and he did 10 drawings, and we got to pick one we liked, and everybody in the band picked the same one, which is the new cover. And then Storm goes back and he does it the proper way. He uses only photography. There's not much work on a computer or tricks or anything. The 80s were when we were young guys, in our early 20s, and it was a special time for us. We will always remember it as a special time, and a lot of fun, a lot of work, a lot of traveling, a lot of meeting people from around the world. But we're making music now that's more geared for 2000. We want to work with mixer guys and engineers that knows what it should sound like now. We don't particularly do 80s albums anymore. We're sort of really working hard creatively and to move away and to carry the melodies from Europe, which has always been, big choruses or whatever it is, aggressive guitar riffs, and we want to keep all that, but we also want to have a fresh sound.